Hello and welcome to the Wireless. I am Amila Skepe, and this is a platform where we get up and close and personal with the business sphere of things, the brains behind the business. That is where we get to speak to each and every special involved. And today I will be speaking to Portia Ngcwabe, who is a pioneer for greatness. She is a woman of wisdom and an inspiration. She is part of the construction and project management field. So we will be speaking to her today, Nombulelo. Portia, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you very much. So now let's get a bit of a background on who Nombulelo Portia Ngcwabe is and what was the drive and ambition behind the career path that you've chosen.
All right. Nombulelo Portia Ngcwabe. Some of them they calling me Sis B. The trading name is Portia, of course, for the industry, so that it's easier for people to know me for all languages, especially for pronouncing the names. Sometimes we've worked international, so it was the easy name to say Portia. It's a girl from Motherwell. I'm from here. In PE. I'm from Motherwell.
I'm also from Motherwell, just
Motherwell, by the way. Yeah. So that Motherwell seed. I'm from Motherwell, so I grew up here. I went to Siapambile, my primary. I went to Maspatisane.
Okay.
So I was always in the street of Motherwell. Grew up with the parents. It's more, my dad. It was more. No, I'm daddy's girl. So I grew up as one of the township girl.
Yes.
Then I would wake up and go to the shop. There's a butchery called NPS.
Yes, I know it.
Yeah, that's where I grew up, in those streets. So I would wake up going to the stock shop and starting trading.
Oh.
So at the very young age, when you finish school, after school, you know that you didn't have time to go and play. You have to go to the shop. Earliest then by 1991.
Yeah.
That's when you were selling everything, even paraffin. So that's where I grew up. I grew up in that Christian family. I grew up in that self-employed. So you grew up with the spirit of go and get it and do it yourself. So I was in Maspatsana. I went to the University of Western Cape, UWC. I studied there, and then I had opportunity after I finished my degree in BA. It's funny, I was doing something like music. You know, when you go to university, you don't know what to do.
Yes,
and then
initially.
There's accounting, there's everything, all those courses. So I end up having even the music as well, because I was trying to find my pathway.
Yes.
I had an opportunity of student exchange program, which student exchange program at the end of the year, I think I went there 2000, we went to America as part of the student exchange program, which I think that's where I've realized really who I am.
Yes.
From there, because there we're few. We went to New York. I remember, you don't know anybody here.
Yeah,
you just
foreign.
People foreign now. You young girls coming from South Africa, and I think I was around but 22 years age at that time. I'm not scared of risking it. I'm that person that would like to explore.
Yes.
So from there we were placed to Hilton Head. That's when I started hospitality.
Okay.
Because in that student exchange program, we were placed in the hotels. So we were working in the hotels. So I started working in the restaurant. I started falling in love with the industry of hospitality. I think it was 2000. The whole year I was in America. I met a friend there. My friend called as well. They were in the student exchange.
Yes.
But from the UK.
Okay.
So that was Joe. Joe was from the UK. I said, hey, what's your plan? Are you going back to South Africa? I said, no. I wish I could stay here in America. I said, no, man. Go and try UK. Let's go back and then we exchange numbers.
Okay.
So after my program was finished, that was 2001. So I came back to South Africa, I think only for 1 month. I saved enough and went to UK.
Okay, so that was the connection now.
That was the connection where I've
Okay.
landed to the UK.
Yes.
Went to UK. All right, what I'm going to do in UK.
Uh-huh.
All right, I had a working visa.
Okay.
In UK because I was still a student. So okay, to be able to come and stay and live in UK, I have to do some course. So I started doing something with hospitality.
Yes.
So that means I was a student
Okay.
in the UK, so that I can sometimes I can work. So that's when I started working in the UK while I'm studying, and then I was doing hospitality because
Okay.
I thought, oh no, I think I love hospitality management. So I was in Salford. Salford was in Manchester. I'm still in Manchester anyway. So that's when I get to work in Manchester United in the hospitality.
Yes.
So I've worked there.
That is an impressive one.
Yes.
I have to say, we'll get to that.
That one. I think that's when, if you see, that's when I get to know Manchester United.
Yes.
So while I was doing hospitality, I was doing a degree in hospitality management. While I was doing hospitality management, so they placed me in the Manchester United.
Yes.
So in the catering side. So I've worked there, I've managed, and I fall in love big time.
Yes.
With hotels. I worked to Hilton. So I was in Manchester. So what we were doing there, we were cooking, managing, doing everything because we were doing the placement, the student exchange. Oh no, not a student exchange. The internship.
Yes.
We were doing internship. So that's when you will cater, doing the catering, serving for David Beckham, for all these players
The
just
big
before
people.
they go. Yes.
Yes.
Before they go for a match, if there is a match, or for training. So you get there. There is a restaurant as well in the stadium. So I think I've worked there for more than 3 years.
Nice.
For more than 3 years. I moved. I worked in the airport. When I finished there in Salford University, my honors in hospitality management, I've moved from there to London City. I stayed in London City. I was in the university doing the MBA
Okay.
in international business. So from there, I think the point that made me want to work for myself, I was one of the students in the class of MBA. There was a project that we were doing for KPMG. So I was chosen to lead that program, to be a program leader for that. While we were doing that research, it was about fleet management. And that time I was pregnant with my first daughter, Juanita. Because we traveled all around other countries as well, because we were looking for the strategy for fleet management. So while I was traveling, remember, I was pregnant. I think what drives me, really, what triggered me to not say no ways, I cannot work for somebody else. I don't imagine myself working for somebody else.
Yes.
While I was pregnant, I had to go as a part of the delegation for KPMG because we're doing the research. So that day we had to present this research for them. What happened, they've tendered for the fleet management in the UK government. And we've done all the studies. So we have to present to their client what is our strategy as the KPMG for this. And then I was definitely, because I was the one that I was going to present. I was leading the team. So they've pleaded me, definitely, Portia, you need to be there. You cannot. I had to go and do that presentation. Little did I know, for that time I was going, just after that presentation, they have to rush me to hospital.
For labor?
For labor. So after that, I said, yo, those people. And then after the presentation, everyone was excited. No, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this. And then,
And you're like,
what are we getting? And this is billions of tender. What are we getting at the end of the day? They gave us $1,000. I said, yo.
There's no way.
And this is how much is this? And then it's in the newspaper. I think it was about 40 million.
There's no way.
it was 40 million pounds. And I said, only £1,000 each
For the brains of
for
the project?
the praise, because we were behind that for them to get that. And I said, no ways, this thing I can do it. But because I was in the foreign country,
Yes.
so it was not really easy. I started to try businesses there, but you know, when you're a foreigner, you can even see
it's
in South
limited.
Africa,
It's limited.
Everything is limited. I say, no, man, probably I can do this.
I can
if I
do
can
this.
go back home, maybe I can start my own business.
Yes.
So I stayed there more than 15 years in the UK.
Oh.
I had 2 kids, 2 daughters, Janet and Joy. Then the UK, life was going fine. I said, no, man, I'm going to be employed for how long? So let me come back in South Africa. There's chances now, there's BE as well in
There's
South
room
Africa.
to explore.
So there's a room to explore. So when I come here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the industry. I've got a company. I started a business of doing properties in Beck and Andla. So we're building the res.
Oh, nice.
So, all right, I can see people out there
There's
build
vision.
things and do those things. I think I had people by that time, they were doing tendering. They were making a lot of money. You find someone that you've been to school all these years, and now
And they're
that
cashing
one,
out?
and that one only is just one. Okay, I think some of the colleagues, we've been to high school. And you see now they are driving big cars. And God, I've been working overseas. I don't have those people. They have all these things. I don't have it. I said, no, I do want to do tendering. But what can I do in tendering? Because I didn't do civil engineer or building. Okay, let me register a company and see how people do it. So while I was building the student accommodation, of course, I've employed a company.
Yes.
I saw how do they do this thing. All right. I was managing that student accommodation, and started doing very well. Started doing very well. So I was based in KZN, came back 2010 in South Africa. So I was always in and out South Africa.
Okay.
So that I can monitor my business here in South Africa. So I've decided to come back 2010. All right. Things I know. I don't know really what I'm gonna do. Let me stick in this property development of building student accommodation in KZN. Came back and all right. I had a friend of mine, Bali, is in construction. No, you know what? Teach me how to do this. And
teach
me. No, she was loaded. She's still. I joined her company so that I can learn.
Yes.
2011, 2012, or how to do construction. We're starting selling aggregate, which is G5, G7. You see the material that we use in the road constructions. So we were in Richards Bay. So we started selling this. We started doing subcontracting. She was doing schools. And I started learning how to do the construction with her so that I understand fully the industry. As we say, industry is upside down. I said, all right, construction is mainly dominated by men. You must have a really tough skin.
A strong one.
No. I'm telling you, it's not a place. It's not real child's play. It's very hard, especially now. Take it fast forwarding my story. Where I am now.
Yes.
Coming back to PE. Came back to PE. All right, this is my hometown. I never imagined that I would be back in PE. But what do I do here?
Yes. What's the next challenge?
What's the next challenge? No, I still like this thing of construction. I remember when I've moved to Joburg, I started doing subcontracting myself. With my registered company, I started doing in Waterfall, where there is Waterfall now. So I was a subcontractor there in Group 5.
Impressive.
Yeah. Where they doing African Mall there in Waterfall. I was a subcontractor there.
Nice.
Had my own people working there. So I've learned in the construction industry. I think what I can say, to learn proper construction industry, it's not really, I think theory is fine, but for me it was quicker to learn construction because I was hands-on. So I've understand. And then what else was the challenge? Although I knew business language, but was the jargon of construction. That means a civil engineer side,
there will be
engineering side. So you would find that people who talking about the build you think, oh, what is a build you? Bill of quantity, those big names. And then you ask someone, can you price this for me? We're starting asking you big money. And then they say, for what? For pricing. And then we'll tell you about the quantities. I need square meter, what? Square meters, cubes. So they will make it something big that even when they are pricing, they charge you up at 4,000. You find that, no, man, this is only about maybe 30 pages.
Yes, it's just the big words.
It's big words. So I thought, hey, I need to learn these big words. So when I came back to PE, they were studying N2 in Portia Bay. They were studying N2 in Portia Bay. So I've tendered, subcontracted to Sunrise. So I said to Roadmac, that was the main contractor, you know what, I really need to learn this. As much as I'm subcontracting, I just want to be hands-on and do it myself, so that I get to know exactly all the intricacies and detail of construction. Okay, when you're doing road, I don't want to do building because I can see everyone in PE is focusing in building. I said, no, let me check
what's happening on the road.
On the road, because you don't really see black people on the road. You don't really see even SMMEs. We are SMMEs. You see big companies with the plan. I said, no, I don't want to focus. I want to go on the roadside. And then when I went there, I think I was the only lady. I had advantage because they took me because I was the only black lady tender at that time. So even if my price was very higher than anybody, they had to take me because they needed for BE scoring.
The balance.
They need, for the points, they needed me there. So when I got there, I said, no, I want to be full-time on site. I started doing everything. I had a very good, very, I think the guy was a site manager, was willing to teach me.
Okay.
So I was going, so I will ask them, even the engineers that they were inside project managers, okay, what is the first stage when you do the road? Then I'm there myself. I get there with my PPE, I get there and do things myself.
Like a boss lady.
Like a boss, boss lady. So I was that working boss lady. So I was full-time on site, doing everything that my workers that they are doing.
Nice.
So I've learned so that I can understand the language. Even in the build you, when you tell me in the build you, you could tell me the square meters, I know what is square meters. When you tell me about volumes, I know what is volumes. You tell me the stages of doing the road, starting from stretch. All those stages, what do you put, the layers, all the civil work, all the earthwork of the road. So I've managed to get it there from the stretch, all right, gradually. It took me more than 15 years, even today. I cannot say that I'm mastering.
Yes, it's a process.
Yes, it's a process, but I think now when I started, I was grade 1, you go to grade, and currently I'm running BLB, I'm BLB partners, with partners in BLB. I've got my own company, which is Perform, which is grade 8 currently. Nice. So I can tender with the big guys as well in the industry. But it was really a process, a very hard one. Very hard, because you must always prove. If you are a female, prove yourself 100 times. You always have to fight for your legal rights.
Yes.
Because you are a female, it means you must put more effort. More effort in whatever that you're doing. So here I am. I've got my own companies in construction, full-time construction industry. Okay. Based here in PE, I've got offices. The good thing now, at least I've got my own plant, which we used to hire. And then you'll go to these big companies to ask them. They said, no, you must pay us upfront. We know that you're not going to pay us. We're SMMEs. So those things, you end up giving them the work.
Yes.
You will tell your client, no, I've got work. So whatever, when you pay me, you will end up ceding your contract to them. Then they will give you what is leftovers because we didn't have the resources or the capital to actually start their work. So I think it was really a process to get there. But by the grace of the Lord, we're there.
Yeah.
We're
All right.
trying.
Thank you so much for that background. It was indeed impactful. You've worked so hard. And what I can commend you on is how you're not afraid to ask. You're not afraid to ask for help. You're not afraid to get the task hit on. You're not afraid to be the leader and in front in order to get things done. And kudos to you. You did that. But now, what were the challenges, or rather, let me say, what was the most challenging part of your career, and how did you manage to remain victorious in that particular challenge?
Sure. It's hard work. Tiring. It's hard work. I think I will say in the industry that I'm in, if you're not a hard worker, forget.
Right.
Go be there yourself. Don't be a boss sitting over the desk
And dictating.
and dictate and expect that at
Things
the
will
end
get
of the
done.
month you get in, you put invoice. No ways. Be there yourself so that you can see the things. How do they do it? You know, you beside that, when you're a female, especially in the industry, hence I'm saying that you always do have to put extra effort. If a man have to do 5, you know that you must do 8
Yes.
to prove yourself so that you can get there.
Yes.
So it's always hard work, but be there.
Be present.
Hands on. Hands on, not high heel. You know, high heel you wear it later when you go and ask for your invoices, to submit invoices. But before that, for high heel, no. You get there, they know me, I go to the office. But there are times to be on site, full time on site. It's more practical. It's job done. Remember, there's time frames when they give you the road. For instance, now, there is a disaster. We need to go and clean up those areas.
Yes.
We need to bring back those roads. So if you will only, yes, you've got the technicians, you've got all the staff, you've got all people that they are doing your work, but you cannot really rely on them not to go and check your work yourself.
Okay. Now, considering your tight schedule, first of all, your industry is time consuming, I can tell. What keeps you going when there are times where you are like, yo, I'm exhausted, but at the back of your mind, you have that person or that quote or that belief that, you know what, this is what keeps me going. I have to move forward. What is that for you?
Maybe is that scripture from the Bible. I can do all things through Christ who strengthen me.
Right.
You see, that one, that's
Powerful.
my key. I can do. I didn't see in my life there is any limitation as long as I'll say, God, you help me to really, the schedule is tight. I don't have time for my kids. You know, that is why I always, when I'm around, when I'm there, I spend time with them. I take them to school. If I'm around them, I'm working here in PE. Every day I must take them to school.
Yes.
So that I can have that time of chatting, praying, and do all those things. When I come back to school as well, that's a weekend. Of course, weekend. When I'm home, I must make sure that I'm being mom, I'm cooking, I'm doing everything.
Nice.
But I'm saying it's more extra time that you put in whatever. What keeps me going is to believe that no one can make your life better than yourself.
Yes. Totally agree. Totally agree. It's true when they say your life is in your hands, and you're a testimony to that. It is really in your hands. And now, before we touch on the Manchester United field, what is the most, what do you revert back on when the challenges come, what do you would say, this is what I have experienced, this is what challenged me. Now, what have I learned from those challenges? How do you get back up?
I always say that if today you were doing something and then didn't go right, don't say that I give up.
Yes.
Keep on trying. Because sometimes you cannot hit it only once and you break through. So persistence is very, very, very important. That's life.
Yes.
Don't say that if you lose today, doesn't mean tomorrow as well you lose. So keep on trying. Keep on whatever you believe.
Yes.
You know, sometimes I think confidence is very important. I always tell my kids, you know what? Whatever that you believe, you can make it. It's all about belief.
Yes.
If you believe today that I want to be this person, you will do anything to achieve that.
Yes.
No matter even if it's raining or not raining, you will always try. Believe to yourself, whatever that your goals, of course, be realistic. Don't set up, there are goals. You think, oh my God, I want to see myself doing this. Yes, sky is the limit.
Yes.
I think what I believe also, your mind is giving you what you are setting. If you set your limits so this size, even your mind will give you your limits. You adjust according to your limit. And the more you stretch yourself, I always said that mind is like a ball. It's like those that if you stretch it, it actually stretches as well. So I've realized in life that we contain ourselves according to the containers. That you see this water, it's the size of this bottle. But if you take this water, you put it in a bigger bottle, it's going to be short. That means what you need to do, you have to refill up.
Yes.
So it's like your dreams as well. If you stretch it bigger, and then your process is to make sure that you're filling it up daily so that you can reach that limit. So that is why when you dream, dream bigger, so that you don't limit yourself to a confined space, which we have energy to do it.
Okay. Valid, very valid. Now let's talk about the balance of your safety boots and your heels. How do you manage to maintain such beauty and such sophistication while also without touching on the stereotypical factor of the fact that your industry is very masculine dominant? How do you find the balance to step in your stilettos and then step in your safety boots?
Sure.
How do you manage it?
No, definitely that one. Even my kids would always say, hey, Mom, you're so amazing. Because when I have to be a tomboy, I become a tomboy. When you walk up next time, you're going to find me on site and say,
is that her?
Now she's wearing her boots and PPE and doing this thing. So I adjust very easy. When I'm, that is why I'm saying, when I'm in church, then you will say, that lady, she doesn't even know. People, they will always say, no, maybe she doesn't even know how to cook. Because they will see me wearing, even when I'm at work, when I'm in my office in Cape Road, you say that she's an office lady. But the minutes I get to my car, to the baggy,
to the side.
the minutes I get to my baggy, now the story changes. If I wake up and go to the baggy, that day my story changes. Because in my baggy, you will find my safety shoes.
Yes.
In my private car, you will find my high. That's my life. So in my baggy, I know exactly when I have to go to work.
Yes.
That is why you find myself, you said, no, I saw that, hey, she was a lady yesterday, and now, what happened? So I think for me, it's very easy to adjust.
Effortless.
Very.
I commend the versatility. You are you are amazing.
So that is why I just said easy
Yes.
as well to. That is why tomorrow you're gonna find me with I'm very serious tomboy. You find me, I walk like them, and you end up no. That is why what I was doing in these site meetings. You will find I'm the only lady, and all men, especially in civil,
Yes.
in roads. Still, even now, there are very few. The
Ladies,
ratio
yes.
is not proportional. So you'll find there's 80% men, 20% females in the civil engineer. It means roads, in anything with roads. So I find to say, all right, that means I must be muscular as well. I must walk up tall like them. So I always, it's like short people. If you are very short, you don't want people to tell you that you are no about
Oh,
your
you are
height.
so short.
Yeah, you are so short. You're always so defensive. So I think me too in my industry, I've developed that thick skin.
Yes.
So that I can rise above any situation and believing that there's nothing that I cannot do.
Exactly. 100%. Now let's talk Manchester United.
Yeah.
I know, according to the research, you joined the team in 2004, if I'm not mistaken, just after you finished your BTech at Timeside College, yes, in the UK.
Yes.
How was that experience? And what did you take from it that you're now applying to your now career, which is project management and construction?
Now, to be honest, I've learned to relate to. That is why I think I was still at my very young age. It developed me to be able to mix with people.
Yes.
So I know, even if you give me Chinese, when I'm in China, I become a Chinese. Wherever I go, I just fit in that. So the
You
time,
adjust.
I adjust so easy. I think the experience, international experience, I will always motivate, even in church, even my kids, saying, when you've got opportunity to do that, do it. Because what I've learned, when I come here in South Africa, we used to treat foreigners like. So when I've realized, you know what? I was a foreigner too.
Myself.
That's the way they were treating me. I say, you're South African. So you learn to value people. You learn to value. I think working in Manchester United, by that time, definitely it's an excitement. I know celebrities. I go to them, I speak to them, they tip me.
Engage.
So I engage, then you take pictures.
Yeah.
So there's nothing else. I'm working for Manchester United.
Talk to me nice.
Definitely. So by that time, I think it really it opened my eyes of saying, no, man, we are the same, by the way.
Yeah.
Whether you have money or you don't have money. And as well, I think I've learned from them the way they were treating us. Not because they're celebrities, they've got money, they will treat us like you are employee, you're doing this, you understand?
Yes.
So what I've learned, they were so humble.
Nice.
Very, very humble. You find those people, they are celebrities, but the way they are so humble, that's when I've learned, saying, you know what? When God lifts you up, you don't have to change who you are.
Yes.
You don't, I've learned, they'll say, those people, they are blessed, they've got money, they've got fame, they've got everything. But yet, when they are around, you work with them.
They're just like you and I.
Yes. So I said, all right, that means one day. And you find them, I think that was Rooney, I was speaking to him. And you find that they're not even educated. But those people, so one thing I think I took out of that experience was, you don't have to be. Education is good, but education is not everything.
Yes.
Because embrace your talent. Because what I've learned about those people, they were so talented. They are using their own talent to make them rich, to live with They
education or no
so
education.
yeah, that is why I was saying all of them. Remember, we were students. I was still in Salford University. I was doing my honors that
Yes.
time. I was in Manchester, in Salford University. I was saying those people, man. When you check their profile, when you check, because they will tell you it's Rooney, it's Wayne, it's Beckham, this. But man, you don't find a formal education here. But yet they are living it. They are rich. They got everything. And at the end of the day, so I thought as well. I said, you know what? Everything is in the mind. So there's nothing that you cannot do.
100%. I agree. I agree. And I think that experience actually taught you how to maneuver different places, different people as well. And
Try my luck, knock this door and say, no, this one didn't open it. Go next door. Sorry, next door. And try this one.
Are you open?
Yeah. Are you open?
Oh, yes. So let me
keep on trying.
Okay, cool. Now, before we go to the conclusions of our conversation, I just want to, how does one remain in such a leadership position like yourself, one, but also remaining so humble? How does that not, mess with one's mindset, first of all? How does that not mess with one's ego as well? How do you manage to, speak to yourself and say, listen, I am in this position, but I'm also a person just like the rest of my team? How do you do it?
I think hence I'm saying I've learned something from those celebrities, working with them. I remember in my student exchange while I was in America, meet Bill Clinton. They went there and play golf. So we were serving them, and then they were saying, Mandela. So if you're coming from South Africa that time, they were saying Mandela.
It was the key.
yeah, Mandela. So engaging with those people, I think the exposure of going and engage with people with high standard in life, and I was saying, I was still in the young age, so I said, those people, they are there, but yet you can reach them.
Yes.
It's not this one, we grew up in South Africa. You're starting having a car, and then you can't even greet people next to you. No. So I said, no, these are real people now, with the real money, serious money, with the serious one, with the serious money. But yet the way they relate, didn't change them. That they are still human. They've got values. They treat us. So I think even to me as well is to understand where you are is grace. You see God grace. Every day, I don't forget that. I've got an organization, Changing Life, Touching Nation. My organization is an NPO organization. That organization is about restoring and rebuilding, connecting destinies, restoring what was lost, rebuilding what it was there before. So I always had that thing, when God lifts you up, is lifting you up so that when they're in top, you can lift
take others with you.
If you want to go far, don't go alone. Go with them. Lovely. Then you go far.
Lovely. And what is your key to success?
Prayer, guys.
Prayer.
That's the
full
key.
Stop.
Prayer. Nothing else. I can modify. I will say I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. That's prayer. Prayer life. That is why sometimes that's why I vent. Even you get so frustrated. But when I get to my closet and say, God, you have promised me this.
This is what we agreed on.
You have promised me. I stand upon your promises. So prayer.
Okay. That's the key.
That's the key. For me, prayer.
Okay.
Solve my X's and my Y's.
Here comes the analysis of it all.
Yes, yes.
Just so you know, she is also an incredible analytics lady and leader. Otherwise, thank you so much for choosing to come here, despite all of your busyness, despite all of your time-consuming tasks. You've been amazing. You're an inspiration. You're a leader. I think it is safe to say that there are ladies that are actually looking up to you with your personality, first of all, and they're also looking up to your work ethic and how you're not afraid to take the task head on. You're fearless, and one can easily tell that you are a woman of God.
I hit it to the president directly. I do. They know when it's I hit it direct to the president. That one in my industry, I go up to direct. If it means if it doesn't, if you're not doing your job,
Yes.
it's very easy to take a phone and say,
Listen. Alrighty, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
That was Portia Ngcwabe. She's incredible. Please do look out for her wherever she is. She is in the field of construction and project management. She's a star. She's a boss lady. She's a leader. She's an inspiration. She does it all.
Iron Lady.
She is Iron Lady, and that is how we wrap it up on the Wireless. And until we meet again next time, I am Amila Skepe, and thank you so much for joining us.